my channel. I hope you're having a fantastic day as usual. In today's video, I'm going to be doing a Q&A. I recently put a poll up on Instagram asking you guys to let me know what your burning questions were, and I collected a bunch of questions, so thank you guys so much for taking the time to ask the questions. I truly appreciate it. Now, I do have to be honest, this is now the second time I am filming it. I mentioned on Instagram stories that I filmed it the first time, and for whatever reason my microphone was super staticky, so I am giving it a second shot. Hopefully this will work, and I'm also switching it up. I did film the first video in my little filming space, and now I'm going to switch it to my closet, so maybe it'll make a difference. I don't know, but we'll see. So without further ado, if you guys are new to my channel, make sure to hit that little subscribe button. And if you want me to answer your burning questions, then keep watching. Okay, before we get started, I want to share with you my pride and joy. This is my Starbucks drink. A lot of you have asked me, you're like, what is your go-to drink at Starbucks? It is an iced vanilla latte with 1 stevia. It is so good. I absolutely love it. But I want to also share with you what I'm wearing. I have mentioned before, if you guys checked out my video on how I afford luxury, I told you that a lot of times my clothing items will be more inexpensive so that I can put more money towards handbags. I found this top right here when I was at Target. I just love the eyelet detail, and it's a really pretty pink. I want to say it was like $24. And then I also want to share with you these earrings that I got from Kendra Scott. I'm not gonna lie, I may or may not have purchased them because they go with my Chanel bag right there, so I'm really excited to wear them for Easter. But I wanted to share these items with you because we are entering the spring season, and this top is super affordable, and I know Kendra Scott has a lot of sales, so I just wanted to mention that. I will link these 2 items down below. Okay, let's get into your burning questions. The first question is by Nicole's1214. Do you enjoy doing your YouTube channel? Absolutely. I couldn't enjoy it more. For those of you that don't know, YouTube is a hobby for me. I do have a full-time 9-to-5 job, so we call it. So this is definitely a hobby. I started my YouTube channel a few years back because I had such a love of makeup and fashion, and it kind of evolved into handbags and comparison reviews and all kinds of things, and I absolutely love it. Like I said, it's just a hobby. It's not a full-time job or anything like that. It's something I do on the side. And yes, I love it because not only do I get to create fun content, but I also get to meet people like you and chat with people who share my same interests. So thank you guys so much for watching, subscribing, liking, commenting my videos. I appreciate it so much because I absolutely love doing this. Salvi Yogi. And I do apologize. I hope I'm not butchering any of these names. What handbag do you regret not buying? This is an easy one for me. By far, it is the Chanel Mini Square in the caviar with gold hardware. I have mentioned this before. I had the opportunity to purchase this bag on 2 different occasions. However, I ended up not purchasing the bag. I missed out on it twice. I look at it as it's not meant to be. After all, I do have enough black bags, so technically I don't really need this bag, but it is just so cute. And I think because of all the recent Chanel price increases and all that, I just really wish I would have gotten my hands on it because the prices are only going to get worse. Plus, as you guys know, they might have since changed this. They were only making the Chanel Square recently in the lambskin, and I definitely would love to have caviar. So by far, that is the one bag that got away, shall we say. This is from Melissa Pang Stew. What do you think about the LV Multi Pachette? I have to say, I do think that bag is super cute. However, for whatever reason, it's never really been on my radar that much. I do love the fact that it comes with like the 2 pouches and you get the little coin purse. I think it is a really cute purse, but like I said, for whatever reason it just hasn't been on my radar. But I do love the idea of the multiple pouches. I think it could be a really functional bag, and I see it everywhere, so I'm sure a lot of people love it. Andrea Eats MN. What stores do you shop at? Love your style. Thank you so much. I appreciate that so much. Well, I have been working from home lately, so when I was going into the office, I would buy a lot of my like work pants and work clothes at Express and New York & Company and Ann Taylor. But one place that I would shop at quite a bit for tops because it was super affordable is Shein. I would get a lot of my blouses from there. They were really inexpensive. I wouldn't say the quality was amazing. Like, you can definitely tell the quality is a little different, but I liked it because I could get a lot of styles and colors I like for a very affordable price. So Shein would be where I got a lot of my work tops. As for right now, I'm wearing a lot of more comfortable clothes, so I'm spending my days in joggers and workout gear, so I get a lot of items from Target. You know, I love my Nike joggers. I recently found some sweatshirts from Old Navy that I absolutely love, so kind of all over the place, but they're all very affordable. Ilanka Van Erp, not a question, just wanted to say you're my favorite person on YouTube. Thank you. Oh, thank you so much. That means so much. It really does. There are a ton of lovely ladies and a lot of lovely people on YouTube, so I appreciate that. Thank you guys for taking the time out of your day to watch my videos. I know there are so many people you could watch, so I want you to know I really appreciate it. Okay, this is the question that I probably get the most, and I think I have answered it before, but I'll definitely answer it again. Deborah Handbag, as well as a lot of other people, ask this question: what is your job? So a lot of you know that YouTube is just a hobby for me. It's not my job, it's just kind of like my side gig. I actually went to college and I got my business degree with a finance concentration, so I kind of go back and forth between finance and subcontracts. So I was a financial analyst for a few years. Now I work in subcontracts. So what that means is, let's say my company has a contract with somebody. We can't do everything on our own, so we need help from other companies. So it's my job to negotiate and administer, negotiate the rates with these companies. And I've been doing that for quite some time now, but I definitely have finance and contracts, subcontracts background. I've been doing it for a long time and I really, really enjoy it. Pray W channel. Say hi from Thailand. Oh wow, hi all the way from Thailand. That's amazing. Thank you so much for watching. Okay, Nina Fartek, do you still love your recto verso? I'm really debating between the recto verso and, oh, I'm so sorry, the last part seemed to cut off. Let me get the recto verso. Okay, so here is my recto verso. I do have to be honest with you. This is a really functional piece, and when I first picked it up, I was so excited about it. You can see that it has this little flap here for cards. It has this little hidden compartment here, zip part, and then on the back it has a couple credit card slots, and then also has a D-ring. This is very functional, however I find it to be a little stiff at times, and if you guys want a more in-depth review, I did do a comparison between this as well as the Empreinte key pouch, and spoiler alert, I do think I prefer that more. Let me show you. This is the Empreinte key pouch. They're very, very similar, but I think between the two, I definitely prefer this one. I just think it's held up better. I do like this one. However, I have had a few glazing issues, and I feel as though like some of the stitching has come out a little bit, and in my mind, for the money, that shouldn't happen. This retailed for $590, which for a monogram piece, I just found that to be really expensive. Now, don't get me wrong, it is super functional, but I just don't know if it's worth that price tag. But if you guys want like a more in-depth review showing what fits and all that, make sure to check out my comparison video between these two, because I definitely break it down a little more. Lux and About, what's the maximum amount you would spend on a bag? Ooh, this is a good question. And I don't know if I've ever shared this before. So you guys know that I love luxury handbags, but I do have a threshold that I do not want to exceed. The most I've ever spent on a handbag was on this beauty right here. This is my Chanel medium classic flap. This was like 10 years ago. I got this for around, again, it was either $4,200 or $4,400. So I'm going to be honest, my threshold is $4,000, I think, which is still a ton of money. I just can't see myself going more than that, and it's just so unfortunate because all of the companies, Chanel, Louis Vuitton, they've all had so many price increases. But I don't know, for me personally, and again, this could change, but right now I feel as though $4,000 is probably my threshold for bags. Okay, Rita Seth, how do you work from home? How do you manage your time? I struggle with it a lot. Well, just know that you're not alone. So for those of you that don't know, I was going into the office every day, 5 days a week, until COVID hit. So I've been working from home now since March, and I don't foresee us stopping anytime soon because we have had quite a few cases in our building. can definitely be a challenge because I do have my daughter home with virtual learning and I'm trying to work as well. It can be a challenge, but I did do a work from home day in the life. If you didn't check that video out, make sure to do so because I do kind of break it down a little more and kind of take you through my day. It definitely is a juggling act, that's for sure, but and it was hard at first, but I think now I have it down packed. So check that video out because I do go into a little more detail, but just know that you're not alone. We definitely all struggle with that balance. Lisa Marie 0512-1980, favorite TV show? Oh, this is a good question. So we have a lot of shows that we like to watch as a family. We love Big Brother. I have forced my husband to watch The Bachelor and Bachelorette. We love Survivor. We like The Amazing Race. And the one show that we watch all the time, like reruns constantly, is The Office. My daughter loves The Office. She's only 9, but she absolutely loves it. So some parts that are a little sketchy, we try to kind of fast forward through so she doesn't kind of hear those things, but she loves it. She thinks Dwight and Michael are hysterical, but probably our favorite. Like, we love Big Brother. It's a really good show. Risa Bell C. What state do you live in? That's a good question. YouTube, can be very public. Like, I put a lot of myself out there. So where I live is the one thing that I would like to preserve and just kind of keep that quiet. But I will tell you that I do live in the United States and I am the East Coast. Yves Saint Laurent, how do you save for luxury items? This is a good question. So you guys know that I love luxury items, but of course we all have our bills, we have savings, all kinds of things. So the way that I afford luxury items are a ton of different ways. And I actually did a video, if you guys haven't seen it, check it out, where I break down all the different ways that I afford luxury. I feel like there's some really, really good tips, but there's not just one way in particular. I kind of use a lot of different ways and use all of those ways kind of to feed into one account, and that's what I specifically use. Check out that video because I go through a lot of really good tips. Jana's Little Luxuries. Hey there, I hope you're good. Do you still have your first luxury piece you bought? I do, and let me show you. Okay, so it turns out switching from my little beauty space to in here was a good idea because then I can kind of show you guys things. So this was my very first luxury handbag purchase. It is the Speedy 35 from Louis Vuitton. I got this bag for $700. Would you believe that? $700, and now it's going for well over $1,000. This was my very, very first purchase. I mentioned to you guys that it was such an experience for me. I saved my money. I went into the boutique. I did the whole thing, and I was very, very excited. And at the time I was like, I remember leaving having second thoughts like, oh my god, I can't believe I just spent that at a handbag. And now ever since, it's just kind of gotten out of hand a little bit, and now I have quite the handbag addiction. But this was my first one. Okay, Emmy Brantley Major, how tall are you? I am 5'3". Khalil V. Lux, what is your favorite sweet treat? I think the question should be, what isn't my favorite sweet treat? Because I love all sweets, but I think candy, cookies, cakes. I love chocolate chip cookies, and I love candy, but sweet candy. So Swedish Fish, I love Sour Patch Kids, I love Skittles. Like, I remember back when we used to go to the movies, I was so excited because I would go and get the big bag of Skittles. And you better believe I took down the whole entire bag. That's so embarrassing, but I took down the whole bag. It was so good. I have such a sweet tooth, but I have to be careful with my teeth as I'm getting older. But yes, candy, cookies, you name it all, I want it, get in my belly. MP Garazum, would you consider doing YouTube full time? That's a really good question. Well, first, I'm not really anywhere close to being able to do that. I don't really make a ton of money on YouTube, but even if I was, I'm not really sure because YouTube is kind of my side gig, and that's what I use kind of for like extra spending money to buy my handbags and anything special I might want to buy. So I do still have my full-time job that pays for bills, takes care of my daughter, all kinds of stuff. So I don't really know if I had the opportunity to do YouTube full-time. I'm not sure because I feel like there would be so much more pressure to do it full-time. So I don't know. I mean, I guess we would have to see if that day ever comes, but right now I would have to say no. I don't know if I would do it full-time. I think this will always kind of be my hobby, but things can change, so you just never know. Another thing too with doing YouTube, I really truly enjoy it. A lot of work goes into it, but I enjoy it, and there's not as much pressure because it isn't my full-time job. If it was my full-time job and I was forced to make money off of it, it might be a little more pressure and I don't know if I would enjoy it as much. Does that make sense? I hope so. So I'm not sure yet. Christina Dagmar, how does your family feel about handbag collecting? My family and boyfriend judged me, LOL. Well, I can tell you, my husband cannot believe that I would spend that kind of money on handbags. So you know what? I just go ahead and I buy it. He doesn't need to see it. He doesn't need to know. And he'll kind of be like, is that new? I'm like, no, it's not new. You've seen it, right? I had it on last week and it was new. So let's just say it's a good thing that I'm working from home now because I can sneak the boxes in and he doesn't necessarily see that. Now guys, I'm not condoning to lie to your husband. I'm not saying that, but let's just say spouses don't always understand our love for luxury goods, so they don't always need to know how much. Lori Z21, any plans for another video with Sky? She is so adorable like you. Oh, thank you so much. For those of you who don't know, Sky is my daughter. She is 9 years old. I actually used to film a lot of videos with her and she was in the video I filmed earlier, but I'm now redoing it and she is actually out playing with her friends. Otherwise, I would call her to be in this video. But yes, I would love to as long as she wants to do it. And Lori Z had a couple more questions. If you could change one thing about today, what would it be? That's a really good question. I think I would try to convince more people to live in the moment because I think so many people think to themselves, oh my gosh, I'll be happy once this happens. And they don't really enjoy their time in the present moment and they're so worried stressing about the future. So that's the first thing. To try to just enjoy your friends, your family, live in the moment. That's one thing that COVID has taught me, to just be present, live in the moment. And then also everyone, I wish could be more kind to one another. In this world, there are so many people that are against one another and I just wish there could be more kindness. So hopefully, you know, things can get to that point very soon, but kindness, I would say for sure. Lori Z had another question. How old is Mr. Banks? Mr. Banks is my golden retriever and he is currently 4. He's going to be 5 in July and I would show you, but he is downstairs. So I'll insert a picture of him so you can see him. But I love him. He is my little coworker and I've actually become quite attached since working from home. Lori Z21 had another question. What inspired you to start a YouTube channel? So I used to watch Jaclyn Hill, Alex Garza, Shea Whitney, all the big YouTubers, and I thought to myself, oh my gosh, well I have a love for fashion and makeup and handbags and all that kind of stuff. I would love to try it. So sure enough, I set up my iPhone one day and I started filming and I haven't looked back ever since and I just absolutely love it. K.T. Hansen, what is your favorite fashion house? So I have 3 favorites. I love Chanel, Louis Vuitton, and YSL. And if you're making me pick, that's hard. That's hard. I would have to say, even though I have the most Louis Vuitton out of all 3 of those fashion houses, Chanel would probably have to be my favorite because it's the most iconic and chic and it's never going to go out of style. Super Spam CQ. That is my lovely friend Pam. I love you, Pammy. She said, what is your favorite movie of all time and why? That's a tough one. I would have to ask like which category because I have a favorite movie depending on categories, but I think one movie that is just great movie, and all of you ladies out there will know what I'm talking about, The Notebook. How romantic is The Notebook? I just absolutely love that movie and every time I watch it, it's just such a sweet love story. So I think The Notebook is probably one of my favorites. Baby A. Alex, thoughts on purse organizers? So I think purse organizers are a great idea because I feel like they hold the structure of a bag. Let me show you. This right here is my Toiletry 19 and I do have a Zoomoni organizer, but the reason I think organizers are a good idea, not only do they keep the structure, but they also keep the interior of the bag from getting dirty, which I think is amazing because you guys know I mentioned that my Gucci Soho Disco bag I didn't have an organizer for, which I recently just ordered, so I am going to get one. But I didn't have an organizer and I had an open pen and it got dirty, so I definitely would consider an organizer. I think they're a great purchase. I do have a coupon code for Zoomoni. It's just Amber Ashleigh and it'll save you 20% off. However, keep in mind it's not an affiliate code, so I'm not going to make money off of it or anything, but if you guys want to save money, definitely use that code. It'll save you 20%. Esme Ventu, do you treat all your LVs with Apple Guard? I actually am going to start, and what I mean by that is I just recently discovered Apple Guard not too long ago. You guys might have checked out my video where I sprayed this beauty right here. This is my Nano Speedy with Apple Guard, and you can see that it still looks brand new. What the Apple Guard does, and I have it right here, it's a rain and stain repellent. and you just spray the bag and it's going to prevent from getting watermarks. I had mentioned that on my Louis Vuitton Crusette I have watermarks. On my Louis Vuitton Pachette Matisse I have watermarks. So I definitely think if I get another bag that has Vachetta on it, I'm going to spray it with Apple Guard for sure, because I'm really happy with the results. Souk.x, one bag you plan on passing down to your daughter as a present for graduation? That's a great question. So my daughter is 9. She's a big time tomboy. She's really into hockey. If I haven't told you guys, she loves hockey. So she's not really into purses or handbags, but honestly, whatever she wants. Even my most prized possession, even that beauty right there, the Tiffany blue, I know it would be hard, but you know, for a graduation present, I would be so proud of her for graduating from college, and I would give her whichever one she wanted. Don't tell her that, but I would. I love her. This is another good question. Sansouk.x, are you interested in Hermes? Would you ever purchase a Kelly or a Birkin? If so, which one would you choose? So it's an excellent question. I'm going to be honest with you. I think the Hermes, Birkin, and Kelly, I think they're beautiful bags, but for me, I tend to gravitate more towards crossbody bags, and those are more so bags to wear on the crook of your arm. But if I had to pick, I think I would pick the Birkin. I think the Birkin in black would be absolutely stunning. But I have to be honest with you, there are a lot of other bags I'd like to add to my collection before getting an Hermes. Now I have a lot of friends, like YouTuber friends, who have them and they're beautiful and they look so nice on them, but for me I just haven't had an interest in them, and maybe that will change and maybe my style will evolve. But there are a couple more like Chanel classic flaps that I want to get. Like I definitely have the jumbo on my list, but I'm gonna look for that pre-love because I am not paying over $7,000. Not doing it. Okay, full of 550. Any more babies? No more babies. That shop is closed. I'm 40. I just turned 40 in January, and I'm going to be honest, we love just having one. We have one, her name is Skylar, and then we have my dog, and my husband and I like to have date nights. We like to travel and do all kinds of fun things, and right now we're able to save, we're able to provide her with a good life, and the more kids you have, I just think it gets a lot harder, and so for us, one is good. Plus, we live in a neighborhood where there are a ton of kids, so we really don't need to have any more. This is a good question. Nip Marshall, what were your first LV, Chanel, and YSL bags? So my first Louis Vuitton bag was the Speedy 35 that I showed. My first Chanel bag was my Chanel Classic Flap, and my first YSL bag was this beauty right here, the YSL camera. You guys know how much I love this YSL camera bag. A little too much, I think, but I absolutely love it. At Ziri9530, at what age did your love for luxury handbags start? That is an excellent question. I don't know the specific age, but I know who started my love of luxury bags, and that was hands down Jessica Simpson. I remember she used to walk around carrying the Speedy in the multicolor, and I was like, oh my gosh, I used to watch like Newlyweds with Nick and Jessica, and I loved her bag, and that's what kind of got me interested in it. But I didn't actually purchase my first luxury bag until I had graduated from college and I had a full-time job. But so probably when I was out of college, maybe mid-20s is when I made my first purchase. Wear and tear of the YSL Suede camera bag. Let me show you. You guys might remember this beauty. This is the YSL Suede camera bag. You can see it has worn beautifully. Now I will be honest, I try really hard if I do wear it with jeans not to have it rubbing against the jeans because I just kind of worry about the color transfer, but I can't say enough good things about these bags. I just love the YSL camera. If you guys are on the market for a YSL bag, this is your jam right here. This is a good bag. Okay, this is a good one. I think we're coming down to the last couple. Watermelon Gal, do you have any siblings? I do not. I am an only child, the one and only. Although I do have a cousin who I did a lot with growing up, and she's basically like my sister. Hey Megan, love you. This is Chai Mate. I hope I got it right. I'm sorry. Your wish list 2021. Well, as you guys know, I was a bad girl in 2020. I really don't need any more items, but I do have a couple of small leather goods that I have on my wish list, and then I would love to add a Chanel Jumbo, a single flap with gold hardware in black to my collection, and then I would also love, I don't think I've mentioned this to you guys before, I would love to add a pink Chanel bag, maybe a classic flap, but I just haven't found the right one yet. Miss Allison Parker, will you expand your collection to other brands such as Bottega Veneta, Givenchy, Loewe? Absolutely. If I saw a bag I liked 100%. Actually, I love straw bags, and I know Loewe has a lot of really cute straw bags, and Givenchy, I love the Antigona tote, so absolutely, I certainly would. Paula Gillingham Huhan, Cartier review or opinion. I don't actually have anything from Cartier, however, if I do ever pick something up, you guys will be the first to know. YSL Florida, what do you think about the Chanel 19 Walk? I absolutely love that. I actually thought about getting it, but then I kind of went back and forth because like, do I need it? Do I not? There are a couple other bags that are kind of ahead of that one, but I definitely like the Chanel 19 for sure. Barry Simone's asks, will you keep working from home? I'm not really sure. I really hope so. A lot of it depends on my company. Right now, they've still had quite a few cases of COVID in the building, so I think they're trying to keep us home as long as possible, and I'm really hoping they keep us home. Honestly, I have been able to be so present in my daughter's life. In the past, I was commuting to an hour to work every day. Now I've been able to spend so much more time with her and just enjoy her, so I really hope they continue it. If they don't continue it full-time, hopefully I can at least work from home a couple days a week. Is the Nano, this is BB Cat 45, is the Nano Speedy worth it and would you recommend it? Yes, absolutely. My one complaint with it is it does not have an adjustable strap, so it can be a little short. Let me show you. When I'm wearing it, it is a little higher. I do wish it had an adjustable strap and a removable strap, but other than that, this bag fits a ton. I've done a ton of reels as well as videos showing you what fits, so this is a great bag and I'd highly recommend it. Lupita Pulita 10, do you travel a lot? We do. We love traveling. We haven't traveled in the past year, but we're hoping to take some upcoming trips for sure. Monique on the beach. Hi, Monique. Favorite dish at any restaurant? Mexican, for sure. I love Mexican food. I should have been born in Mexico. I love Chipotle. I love any type of Mexican dish. Put a bowl of queso and chips in front of me. I'm set. Arab Akram, what do you do to whiten your teeth? I have tried every single whitening toothpaste in the book. One secret that I do, if you go to your dentist office, you can buy the gel from the dentist. It's like a gel syringe, and I would just use that from time to time on my teeth. And a lot of times I do try to drink from a straw if I'm drinking soda or anything darker. I do have this, which a lot of times I'll just drink regular, but if I drink something darker, I definitely try to use a straw. Skincare routine, love your content, thank you so much. I've done 2 skincare videos, so make sure to check them out. Not a lot has changed, but my favorite holy grail product is the Sunday Riley sleeping oil. I feel like it has done wonders for my skin. Nancy J. Herrera, hair tutorial. Oh, thank you. Well, I have done a couple hair tutorials and not much has changed, so make sure to check that out. I will link those videos down below. I think that is the majority. Yep, I think I got them all. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this video was helpful and you got to know me a little bit more. If you have any questions, make sure to reach out. Thank you guys so much for taking the time to watch. Make sure to hit that little subscribe button if you're new to my channel and follow me on Instagram as well. Have a good one and I'll see you in my next video. Wish me the best of luck. I'm gonna